Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole War Chant is going full throat. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 20. defense lining up for a first down play. The run to the left. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback adapted. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
The quarterback just needs to settle down. He looks like he's just too excited right now. He had his receiver wide open down the field and just put way too much mustard on that throw, overthrowing an open guy. That should have been 6.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
They'll give it to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Right down the middle. Touchdown Seminoles! They grab the early lead. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Out of the gun to give to the back. Makes his man miss.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Hawkins. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Pressure coming. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times, they don't stop.
Unleashes one deep. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the first quarter.
Florida State, 7. Clemson, 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down and run. He's got it. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. Well, look at this, fourth down and 1.5 miles, and the offense is still on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. He caught it. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. On the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Dances away. And they get to him just in time and ride him out of bounds at the 1.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back the pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
Trying to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, he's going for a big play downfield. He's got it down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernius Coles. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Clemson 14, Florida State 7.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Florida State Seminoles will take over 1st and 10.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Quarterback moving. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC would be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Finds a man on the right. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He's going to bring it out from deep. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is
Brings it down on the right side. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. He'll take another shot here. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Barrels ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Direct snap. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Just 9 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if they try to get another one. Quick pass on the jet motion. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand.
Lets it fly. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40. First down for this offense. The give to the back. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. From the gun, looking for a man. Using his feet to buy time. He fires it out to the right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Feeling some heat. He fires one deep down the right side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Power football with the run. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The Seminoles in the hurry up. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Just drives it between the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oregon has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up 14 over the Sharks. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Makes the catch down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30+. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. He's going to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Looking for more room. The 40. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
He'll start this drive firing. Moving out of the pocket. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Noles have pushed it inside the 20. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Now improvising. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
It's really tough as a quarterback to throw down here in the red zone because the windows, they constrict so quickly. Quarterback lucky that ball wasn't picked. He tried to force that one into double coverage.
So he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And that has got to be so demoralizing for this defense. They played so well on 1st and 2nd down and then have a total breakdown on 3rd. They're going to have to do so much better the next time they're put in that situation.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And that is what the great Tiger defensive lines have done. They do not let you run the football.
Nope, big, physical, play with their hands, get off blocks, get in the backfield, and just make life hard. Again, you want to create balance on offense, but when Clemson's defensive line is eating up your O-line, you become very one-dimensional.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. And that pass intercepted. The 30, the 20.
Shit, I declined the penalty when you said it.
And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception.
I said I declined the penalty when you had said this shit. I ain't
Just
accept.
thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no. You turn
Yeah,
the
I
offense
see it.
one
I see
play,
it.
Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee.
Yeah, they
No,
call
sir.
it on
Taking
the
this
revert
thing
down there every
all the way
time.
back,
I seen that shit.
100 yards to the house. What a play.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
The sweet feet buy a little time. He throws into the middle of the field. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Bringing it back. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Runs it back to the 37.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Quickly complete. At the 20, he's got space. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Noles! On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. Those sequences. quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense likely to lead on the run to milk this clock. They'll run if they want to take their time here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on 3rd down coming up. Let's call it 3rd and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Skips away from pressure. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
What a momentum-changing play. Just when they needed to get the takeaway, he steps up with a massive interception, now gives his team a chance to regain the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Smashes through, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
The defense has to continue pursuing the football there. You saw the running back was able to make a guy miss before getting out of bounds and getting a big gain. You can't let up here in the 4th quarter, defense. We need better effort.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Buys a little time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. This time on target. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. On the ground, it's King. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. On the run, still looking. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Tigers will try to run off the clock in the final minute. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out.
GG, bro.